Hello and welcome to the Den. My name is Eric and it's Friday. So this week on the Den, we've been doing our Three Wishes series. Personally, I don't feel like I need to wish for anything in particular. So my video this week is going to be kind of about wishing and cool stories and movies that have wishes at the heart of them. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So there have also been a ton of stories about wishes and wish granting. So, I mean, a lot of these have been turned into, like, children's stories, children's movies. So, Pinocchio is one, where Geppetto wishes for a son, and so the blue fairy turns Pinocchio into a living puppet boy, and then Pinocchio wishes to be a real boy, and the blue fairy eventually turns him into a real boy. And there's obviously the most famous story of wishes of all time comes from the 1001 Arabian Nights, and that's the story of Aladdin and the magic lamp. And in different there's different ways that story plays out, because in the Disney version of Aladdin, he's only got 3 wishes, and a lot of the story is about wishing you only get 3 wishes. And but in the Arabian Nights, he has like unlimited wishes. So it's a really very different and interesting story. So check out the Arabian Nights. I like stories where people like go to the devil to try to bargain for things, and they get, you know, like world domination or super intelligence or fantastic musical abilities to until the end of their days, and oftentimes their days are numbered and the clock is ticking. So Faust is like my favorite story, partially because Faust wants to understand all of the hidden things in the world, and so he goes to the devil to try to gain occult knowledge and to learn all the secrets of the universe. So, I mean, in bargaining for one's soul, that's actually a fairly lofty goal. But I mean, obviously the message of Faust is that your soul is worth more than all of the knowledge in all of the world. Religion. And there's all the musical stories. So there was a really great graphic novel called Me and the Devil Blues, which is a kind of a fake history of Robert Johnson, the Delta blues player, and amazing guitar player, and his supposed deal with the devil, where he met the devil at the crossroads, and he gave him the power to play guitar, and it was amazing, and blew people's minds, and Robert Johnson had a very short and famous but ultimately dead career. So yeah, and so Me and the Devil Blues is actually really a cool story, and like crazy shit happens in that comic. It's a 2-volume Japanese style graphic novel, and so you read it from like right to left, and it's utterly fascinating. You should absolutely take a look at this book. Go find Me and the Devil Blues. It's a really, really cool story. The next section that I want to talk about, and the last one I'll talk about, is movies where wishes are at the heart of things. So, wishes in movies. As I mentioned before, there's a lot of like Disney stuff, so like The Little Mermaid, Pinocchio, the Aladdin movies, like all of them have wishes kind of in the central theme of things. But there are adult movies too. So there's a really gross, super gross, kind of horrible movie called Wishmaster, about a djinn who is trying to raise demons or other jinns. I can't remember exactly what the jinn's ulterior motive is, but it's loaded with those horrible moments where a person wishes for something and it just goes horribly, horribly wrong. And those scenes of things going horribly wrong, like, you'll have to get through me first. And the djinn, like, kind of rips him in half, and the halves start to mold into the wall. It's like super gross. I think that was on Netflix where I saw Wishmaster. But you can go find it probably any number of places. So Wishmaster. The other thing that I would say is the movie Crossroads. Crossroads is one of those music stories. It's got Ralph Macchio as the main character, who is this young white boy who goes down to Mississippi to find this character who claims that he made a deal with the devil to become the best blues man in the world. And he is the best blues man in the world, blind Willie Brown. But he's not blind. And he's down and out. He's like a down and out musician, but he's really fantastic. And so Ralph Macchio starts learning from him the ways of playing the Mississippi blues. And there's a really great moment at the end of Crossroads where Ralph Macchio, who's a classically trained guitar player in this film, plays against Steve Vai, who's a metal guy. So it starts out that they have this, like, you know, Devil Went Down to Georgia kind of bro down. And it's just really, really a lot of fun. And there's some really great moments in that movie, like when Willie is having these horrible, horrible nightmares. The hellhounds on your trail, Willie Brown. And it's just like, oh my god, like the fear that's in there is just like so good. So if you can find it, it's really difficult to find because it's not streaming on anything right now that I can find. It's not on Netflix, it's not on Amazon, it's not on Hulu or anywhere that I can find. But if you can find it, go look for Crossroads with Ralph Macchio. You can probably find a DVD version somewhere. And then, TV shows, obviously, the last things I'll talk about. So, obviously, I Dream of Jeannie. I Dream of Jeannie. There's wishing every fucking day in I Dream of Jeannie. And Barbara Eden is amazing and beautiful and hilariously funny. And I Dream of Jeannie is available, on some streaming sites. So, check out I Dream of Jeannie. And my personal absolute favorite moment of wish granting in all of television is an episode of The X-Files. It's in season 7. It's like the second to last episode of season 7. And in that episode, these two kind of rubes are cleaning out a storage unit because the person who had the storage unit died. And they find this woman rolled up in a rug. And they discover that she's a genie. And she grants wishes. And so they start to have this moment where, they're getting their wishes fulfilled. But she is one of those jackass genies that wants to fuck with you. So, of course, everything goes horribly, horribly wrong. And Mulder gets involved with the genie and claims ownership of her. And he goes through his 2 wishes, and oh god, it's so bad. So anyways, definitely go, because the X-Files is streaming on everything now. It's on Hulu, it's on Netflix, so go watch season 7, episode 21 of X-Files. I think it is called, it's called Je se hate. It's the French word for I wish. That was a terrible pronunciation. I've totally lost all the skills to speak French since high school, and I have a stuffy nose, which does not help you when you're trying to speak French. And watch that episode. So, happy holidays. Is Hanukkah for some people. Happy Hanukkah, if that's your thing. Next week is Christmas week. I'm super excited. And I hope you all tune in Sunday to see Spencer James Spence to give us the end of this week of wishing, and I will see you all next Friday. Cheers!